Hello, my name is Harry Flanagan, and this is class Psychology 326, and I will be discussing treatments for schizophrenia. What is schizophrenia? Well, as you can see, schizophrenia is a disorder that causes individuals to hear things others may not, believe others are controlling their minds, controlling their thoughts, or plotting against them. There is no known cure because there is not much known about the disorder, and so only symptoms can be treated. 1% of the populace has this disorder, and it is known to run in families. This also goes for genetics, but it is known that not one gene can cause it. It's more than one gene. Non-experimental versus experimental research designs. As you can see, non-experimental designs, a prediction without experiment draws a conclusion observation. You can see there's some similarities in the two of non-experimental designs and experimental designs. They both have observational and draws conclusions. They both kind of explain in some detail what's going on. The difference is the experimental manipulates. It actually manipulates the variables. Now, categories of designs is descriptive, a description of thoughts, feelings, and behavior. As you know, correlational is understanding the multiple thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Down here you can see the difference between the categories here. One being a controlled environment, the other being uncontrolled, where the variables are also uncontrolled. Next, we would have the proposed study. The purpose: to determine whether the new drug is more effective than the existing. Well, an obvious prediction, because having a new drug would indicate for innovation for progression, not the lack thereof. Meaning, the whole point of having a new drug would be to have an improvement, not the other way around. So that's what I'm saying there. The appropriate research design is experimental for the following reasons. Participants' behaviors, thoughts, and feelings are constantly monitored. Manipulating the variables, which means testing the variables. Seeing a correlation in each drug, kind of like comparing the two. Next, we have proposed methods, one of two. Sample. Well, as you can see, I have a sample size of 60 people, 15 men, 15 women in one group, and there's two groups. So each group would have 15 men and 15 women. Participants will be recruited from various hospitals. I decided to stay away from news ads and stuff because people can fabricate their illnesses, and I just thought it was better to go with hospitals because you can have it verified easily. So that helps minimize the variables there or limitations. Procedure. Since there are two drugs being tested, we will have two groups. Makes sense. That's also a t-test. Just to throw that out there, we have two groups. A test that we would like to use would be the t-test. There are a total of 60 participants, which we have already discussed. I went ahead and said OS and NS, which means new school and old school. Old school drug, new school drug. I just thought it was funny. Alright. The hospital will distribute the medication in this procedure, and the participants will take the medication daily for 2 weeks at a lab. That way their environment is monitored. That way, there's less limitations to this experiment. Now, on to proposed methods 2 and 2. At the data collection, the way we would probably go about this is collect the data through monitoring. We want to monitor all the individuals in this experiment. So by doing that, we want to record their actions, their behavior, how they act. I think all this is relevant to finding the difference between the two drugs. Data down here, the type of test needed for this is the t-test. I explained this earlier because of the two groups. And that pretty much concludes my my experiment, or whatever and stuff.